Hello everyone, this is Walking Problem. The World Tennis, the Women Tennis Association, I think, WTA, yeah, Women's Tennis Association, uh, just made a scandal international news by actually accusing or asking China to investigate their own former vice premier. So, just have a quick read what's happening actually. So, WTA calls on China to investigate Peng, depending on how you want to pronounce it, sexual assault allegations. So, the WTA called on China to investigate the allegations of sexual assault made by Peng Shuai. This is actually pronounced Peng Shuai. Against former Chinese vice premier, whose name is actually Zhang Gaoli, which is this guy. This is Peng Shuai. Don't look at her tennis photos, which actually looks rather terrible. She actually can look like this, so it's quite nice. She don't look so nice when it's flat. Like that nicer. This is a very pretty picture, and she was the former number one seeded tennis player. So they summarize this is a Reuters article. So they summarize that Peng alleged on her Weibo social media account on November the 2nd that Zhang Gaoli, who used to be the member of the Politburo Standing Committee, coerced her into sex, and then they later had an on-off consensual relationship. And it was deleted about half an hour. According to my understanding, it's 20 minutes. And so far from my understanding, the entire she's like totally censored already within China's internet. So the WTA kind of like stepped into this entire saga, and then they put out a statement and say they seek a full, fair, transparent investigation into sexual assault allegation, and then the recent events in China concerning a WTA player Peng Shuai are of deep concern, and that Peng Shuai and all women deserve to be heard and not censored. So effectively, WTA kind of tried to piss off the Chinese Communist Party. So the rest of the article, it's not very important now. So this is actually the actual post that she posted on Weibo. This is Weibo Zhenwen. That means a Weibo article or main essay. So Peng Shuai, this is her Chinese name, Peng Shuai here. So it's posted on the November the 2nd, 10:07 p.m. using her Huawei Mate 20. So the aim of this video, of course, as usual, we want to investigate journalistically so that no one can smoke us, because the WTA, this call, if you just read this article, you would just think that, oh wow, it's like a major sexual assault kind of thing. But once we go through this story, you will actually find that there's a lot more context, and it's actually more of a romantic tragedy than some sexual assault thingy. But it's this worthy of making it into a movie, to be honest. So I shall translate as we go along on each line as best as I can. I know I can't say it clearly, say perhaps also there is no use, but I still want to say it out. I am such a hypocrite. I feel that I admit that I'm not a good woman, a very, very bad girl. About 3 years ago, Zhang Gaoli, Vice Premier, you retired. You found the Tianjin Tennis Center, Master Liu, or Mr. Liu, to contact me and ask me to play tennis. And at the Beijing Kangming Dasha is the Kangming building. So in the noon, or early afternoon, after finishing tennis, you and your or ball. So in Chinese, this would just say ball, but is usually assumed to be tennis in the context. So you and your wife Kang Jie together brought me to your home, and then after I got brought into your, and then I got brought to your home's room or bedroom. Exactly the same as over 10 years ago in Tianjin, about to have sex with me. Not with me, with her. Yeah, I mean, I'm just translating. Of course, not with me, right? That afternoon, I'm very scared. I totally did not expect it to be like this. There's only one person guarding outside, because nobody would have believed that the wife would have consented to this. 7 years ago, we had a sexual relationship. After that, you got promoted to the standing Politburo, I think. Shen Changwei, I believe it is the standing Politburo, and went to Beijing, and you no longer contacted me. Originally, I wanted to hide everything in my heart. Since you do not want to take responsibility, then why did you come and find me again? Bring me to your home and force me to have sex with you. I do not have evidence, and it's also not possible to leave behind any evidence. After that, you just denied. But it was you that who liked me first. If not, I wouldn't have been able to contact you or get near to you. That afternoon, I did not agree, and I just kept crying. Dinner, it was with you and Kang Jie, Auntie Kang Jie, which is actually the Zhang Gaoli's wife. Together, they ate dinner together with the wife. And you said, the universe is very, very big. The earth is just a single grain of sand in the universe. Us human being is not even a sand, a grain of sand. And you still said a lot of other things, and the purpose is to let me not be burdened by the thoughts. After dinner, I also do not wish, I think didn't wish to have sex with him, I think. And he said you said you hate me, or he hate her. And you said that, and you also said that this 7 years you have never forgotten me. And you will treat me well. I am so afraid and so anxious. I was so afraid and so anxious while carrying the feelings of these 7 years, and I agreed. Yes, and then we had sexual relationship. Relationship or feelings, this kind of thing is very complicated, very hard to make it clear. From that day onward, I decided to open my heart to your love again. After that, after the time I spent with you, from the time 单从你人相处你 just from spending time with you, you are a very, very good person. Treat me pretty well. We chat about the modern history all the way to ancient prehistoric era. You together with me talk about all the universe of knowledge, and then talk about economics theory. There topics that can never be finished. We play chess together, sing song, play table tennis, billiard, including tennis, that we can play happily forever. Our personality is so compatible. From young, I left home when I was young, so the inner feelings is always lack of love, and towards all these things, I have never felt that I was a good girl. I hate myself. Why do I have to come to this world experiencing all this? You told me you love me, very, very love, and hope that in the future life, that means after reincarnation, in the future life, that you are 20 years old and I'm 18 years old when we meet. You say you are lonely and very pitiful as a person. We have chatting, we have endless chatting. There are things that we can never finish talking about. You say that in your position you cannot get a divorce. If you are in Shandong, if you have met me, or if they have met in Shandong, he could have a divorce. But now they are unable to. I ever thought about quietly just accompany you. In the beginning it was still alright, but after the time, as the time goes by, things slowly change. There's too much injustice and humiliation. Every time you let me go, 每一次你让我去. Oh, every time you got me to come. Actually, that's the more correct translation. Carrying. Oh, your wife behind your back said a lot of things that is not nice and humiliating. All sort of spiteful criticism. I say I like to eat duck tongue. So duck tongue is a delicacy in China. So like literally the tongue of the duck. And then Auntie Kang Jie will just say, "Ee, so disgusting." In the winter in Beijing, where there is a lot of smoke, and I say that the air quality, air condition is no good, Auntie Kang Jie will just say to her that is only in your neighborhood. On their side, they do not feel anything. All this sort of words were said many times. When you are around, she do not talk like this. It's just like us. When the two of us are together, is one style, one way, and when there is someone else around, we are another. You treat me in another way. I told you before that all these things are extremely hard to bear. From the first day I met you until today, I never spent a single cent of spent a single cent of yours, and I never through you try to get any form of benefit. However, official title, that means treating officially that she's a girlfriend or wife title. No, but official title, this sort of things is really important. Entirely, this is my own fault. I chose to get myself humiliated. From the beginning to the end, you always wanted me to keep the secret about everything about you. I cannot tell my mom and that we had a boy-girl relationship, because every time it was her that sent me to 西式库教堂. I don't know what is 西式库. Church. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how to translate that. So it's a church. So send her to the so the mom will always send her to the church, and then from there you will change into your family car. Only then I can enter your house. My mom always, so her, which is the mom, always thought that I was there to play mahjong and card games, go to your house to play. Us in each other's life is always honest and transparent. Your wife is like the queen in one of these stories, the dowager one of queen, and I am unable to express how uncomfortable or how difficult it is for myself. There are many times I felt that there are many times that I've wondered if I'm still a human being. I feel like I'm a walking corpse. Pretend every day I'm pretending. Which one of it is the real me? I shouldn't have come to this world, but I do not have the courage to die. I wish I have a simpler life. So I'm not very sure how to translate this. Have a simpler life. On the 30th that night, we had a big argument. You say that on the second afternoon, I will go to your house and then we will slowly talk about it. Today, which is when she write this is the second, which is exactly the part here that she say that they will have to talk in the afternoon in the second. So today afternoon, you called and say that there's when we have something, then we will contact again, and then you just push away everything and then have an excuse to say that we will contact again another day. This is exactly the same as 7 years ago when you disappeared. You play, and then after that you just don't want. That's the most direct translation I can do this. So it's like basically this sentence just says that you played and then you got sick of me and then you just threw me away. That would be a translated way of saying this. You say that between us there's no trade or transaction. Yes, between us, feelings and money, power, there is no relationships. However, these 3 years, the feelings, I have no place to put it. It's very hard to face it. You are always afraid that I will bring any form of recorder device and leave behind any evidence. Correct. Other than me, there is no other evidence. There is no recordings. There's no audio recordings. There's no video recordings. There's only there's a twisted self through the real experience that she had. I know that you are high above, with strong, high position, with a lot of authority. Zhang Gaoli Vice Premier. You say that you're not afraid. But even if it's throwing an egg at a stone, at a rock, or the moth throwing itself into the fire in a self-destruction way, I will still say the truth about us. With your wisdom and knowledge and tactics and scheming, you will definitely not admit and can even counter her. You can just continue to play on like this. You always say that you wish that your mother in the heavens would bless you. I am a bad woman or bad girl, and I do not how to I do not have the right to be a mom, or I'm not good enough to be a someone's mom. But you are someone's but you as someone's dad with son and daughter, I ask you, would you force your own daughter to do this? Everything that you have done in this life, in the future, how are you able to face your mom? Uh, we both know 道貌岸然. How do I put it? We all, I'm not sure exactly what this final idiom how to translate. 道貌岸然. Maybe it's something like we are all both like meh. Maybe it's meh, or maybe it's like no opinion. So this is the entire confession actually. This is a confession by Peng Shuai, and this was deleted in within 20 minutes. So now that I translated the whole thing, now you know the whole story, and now you can have a better context of what actually happened. It is to say that it's simply a sexual assault thingy. I think they missed the entire point. It's bigger than just a sexual assault. No, it's actually maybe also not bigger, but it's an affair. That's the and that's what the crux of the issue is, that this guy had a relationship with this girl, stolen her heart, and left her heartbroken. And she was lovelorn, and immediately on the same day she posted the confession that revealed everything about them to the entire Chinese public. And then it was only to the Chinese public, and WTA made this an international confession. And yep, she's really pretty here in this photo, I have to say. Yeah, but don't look at her tennis photos. I don't know why her tennis photos look horrible. She looks like, you see, it's all very not flattering. Yeah, it's a bit materialistic. Yes. The how much fact, no fact is fact. So yeah, so this is, make it as what you want. I never thought I would cover this, because I first saw this on YouTube, on a rather anti-China YouTube channel. Basically, it talks more about what is actually happening within China, and then this revelation came out a few days ago. So I saw that video around 2 days ago. The video was 3 days ago, I think, and I got surprised when my friend WhatsApp me in our mini chat group. WhatsApp in the mini chat group about this revelation. I was like, what? How could this suddenly become an international headline and published by Reuters? Because this kind of thing, I never thought that it will actually go international. So, but here we are. This is now international news. So if you go to Peng Shuai, you go to news, it's everywhere. See, 29 minutes, 9 minutes, 19 hours, 15 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. This is now international news. But the context is wrong, I would say. The context is sexual assault. I'm not sure if that is what it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just seduction. I don't know. But they have something ongoing for a long time. She actually really loved him. And now the shit goes down, and at the time where China is freezing to death without enough coal to power their power plants, and everything is collapsing, the real estate bubble is bursting, and soon you'll be seeing the bursting of the railway. Yes, railway. The railway was collapsed as well. So the railway actually owe way more money than what the real estate industry does, and you'll be a shocker when it comes. And that's it. That's the end of this video. If you like my style, not my clothes, this is just my wife want me to wear this kind of shirt that at home. But if you like my style of videos, you know that you like the kind of thing that I talk about, do subscribe, do like the video, and if you can share, would be even better. And we will see you in the next video.